All right, music fans, welcome back. Harmless Dave here again with more tragic news and reporting that news in real time for a few real people out there just like you and just like me. If you're a fan of the band Firehouse, raise your hand. I was a huge fan, and that was a band that had their career truncated drastically by what happened in the early 90s. A great band, great singing, great playing, great songwriting, fun music. Um, One of the great power ballads of all time, that is Love of a Lifetime. Of course, you're not supposed to like power ballads. I've been told this over and over again. Anyway, the lead singer of Firehouse, CJ Snare, has passed away at the age of 64. This from the New York Post. It was a sudden and unexpected death due to cardiac arrest. He was 64 years old. They were planning on going out on the road again this summer. CJ Snare had battled cancer and I think was in remission. I'm not 100% sure of that. Either he had surgery, he had chemo, had a combination of both of those things. But the band was ready to tour again. People commented that he was a young 64 years old. Yeah, this guy did not look 64. Very youthful. So it says here, Snare passed unexpectedly at home Friday night. That was April 5th. So it's been a couple of days. My phone, everything was kind of blowing up last night. And I was reading, and, a lot of people really loved this band, even though the industry hated them. It says here, as you are all aware, and this might be from Facebook, CJ was expected to be back on stage with the band this summer after recovering from surgery, adding that everyone in the group was in complete shock with CJ's untimely passing. They went on to say CJ was arguably one of the best vocal talents of a generation, touring the world with Firehouse nonstop the past 34 years. Our heartfelt condolences go out to the entire Snare family, Catherine Little, friends, and all our beloved fans all over the world. One post read, "Reach for the Sky," referring to their 1992 song of the same name. You will be forever missed by family, friends, fans, and your bandmates. You're singing with the angels now. Several fans of the group also shared their shock over Snare's sudden death. So they're basically saying it's a sudden death. Well, Dave, sudden death, that's happened all the time. It happened way before 2020 and 2021. So I was actually reading a lot of the tribute comments. Not one person, I guess, see, because I'm insensitive, this is what I keep hearing. Well, you're insensitive. That's why you're looking for somebody to kind of question why this would happen. How is questioning what happened insensitive? I think that's the most sensitive thing you could do. Well, yes, your condolences, your prayers. Hopefully CJ had a relationship with God. I don't know any of that stuff. And for some people, that doesn't matter. Okay, well, then go all secular and be selfish about it and say, yeah, I hope whatever happened to CJ doesn't happen to me. At least do that. Well, 64, Dave, you get into a zone at that stage, and he had cancer, and yeah, okay, so cancer causes the heart attack, maybe, right? Somebody will come up with that. Here's the problem for both the people who think there's something happening out there and also the people that don't. All right, here, it's not a problem, but it's a dilemma, is that if it is happening, it's hard to navigate this, because how do you know what caused what, right? You don't know for sure. But then for all the naysayers, it's like, okay, so what's your explanation for all this? Seriously, what's your explanation? If you think you know, if you got the answers to this, And I'm a crazy conspiracy. I mean, I'm getting comments. Believe it or not, folks, there are ways to get comments to me. And people send them. And they go, you claim to be compassionate. You claim to be a Christian, but yet you come up with all of these crazy theories, which are ridiculous and mean and hurtful, and they're scaring people. Okay, hold on. Full stop. Who scared people? Who? Me? 2021 didn't scare everybody. I'm sure people in 2021 had heart attacks because they were scared. Same in 2020, right? People just lost it, too much stress. So all I'm doing, I'm not an investigative journalist here. I'm just saying, wouldn't it be interesting if somebody got to the bottom of all of this excess mortality? I mean, I just got through watching an interview with Dr. Peter Corey and Tucker Carlson, and I'm shaking my head going, where's everybody else in the media? All right, so go and debunk what Carlson and Corey, they don't do that, though. They don't debunk anything that Pierre Corey says. So if you're not debunking, then what he's saying is true. Alarm bells, fire engines, whistles, it all should be happening all over the place. Full stop. No more of this safe and effective product given to anybody. And by the way, if there's a way to push back against whatever is happening out there, that information needs to be given to everybody. And one more point. If I'm a complete loon and I'm totally wrong, why would it be wrong not to be safe instead of being sorry? Anyway, this guy was a great musician. I've got a friend who I believe is friends with the lead guitarist from Firehouse, or one of the guys in Firehouse. I'm going to find out more at some point from him, because I'm sure he's already made phone calls and people have had conversations. And if this is not true, I'll come back and say, no, it was something else. And they'll come up with something anyway, like they always do, even natural causes, related to the cancer treatment. That could be it too, but that's probably what they're going to come up with. Or it's just, it was his time. People have heart attacks, If there's no way to prevent heart attacks, then just count your blessings every day. Just count them, because our number could be up at any moment. And it's a tragedy that I'm here at my age, which I'm a few years behind CJ, but I look at these numbers and I go, maybe we're all doomed within the next few years. Seriously. And that would be a real tragedy, but it'll be even more tragic for the generation behind us, because this could have been prevented and they might be next. And who's to say they don't do more to them than they did to this current generation? I don't know. I'm getting all weird and conspiratorial, but where does this lead? Where does it go? If I'm wrong, I've been saying this. If I'm wrong, great. Seriously, I'll come on here and say, boy, was I wrong. The guitarist from the Wallflowers, right? That didn't look so good a few days ago. They said it was caused by diabetes. All right, which is pretty heavy. If it was caused by diabetes, it was caused by diabetes. All right. But was it related to anything else? You'll never know. But okay, it's not that I'm eating crow there. It's just that, just say it. If that's what's the cause, then say it. I mean, I don't know what the secrecy is. It doesn't help the family. I mean, it might if it's like a substance abuse issue, or, it doesn't look good after the fact. But I don't know, people. I'm out of words here. So thoughts and prayers to everybody involved. And I hate seeing these headlines. And people sending me messages. Here's another one. Here's another one. Saxophone player last week, 45 years old. I don't know. Maybe it's just everybody just count your blessings every moment.